minimalists.
So the 5-second rule is a brain hack you can use to tap instant motivation, courage, or confidence when you feel yourself hesitating. And it's very, very simple. Here's how you're going to do it. The moment you know you need to do something, whether it's get up from the couch and go to the gym, or put down social media and start writing your manuscript, or it's speaking up more at work, or it's having the hard conversation, just count backwards. The second you feel yourself hesitate, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then move. And something crazy is going to happen. You're going to see yourself push through the procrastination, the self-doubt, the fear, the anxiety that is keeping you from taking the actions that change your life. And I invented this in 2008, February, on a Tuesday morning in February 2008, outside of Boston, Massachusetts. I invented this because I was literally circling the drain in my life. My husband and I were $800,000 in debt.
Oh.
Yeah. He had gone into the restaurant business, pizza place outside of Boston. The first one was super successful. And so like complete morons, we ignored everybody's advice because what could possibly go wrong in the restaurant business? And
they're always successful.
Yeah. And so 1% makes it beyond 4 years.
Wow.
Should have done our research. But we cashed out everything. 401ks, kids' college savings. We took out a home equity line because that's free money. We got credit cards, maxed them all out, and shoved it all into the business. And we started, or I shouldn't say we, it was he and his business partner, started to open 2 more locations. And the housing crisis hit in 2008.
Yes, it did.
And the second location closed 4 months after it opened at twice the budget. And they started factoring, which means they started trying to pay their rent by taking percentages off the credit card receipts off of the liens hit our house, you guys. We had 3 kids under the age of 10. Nowhere in my life plan or vision board was there a photo of me wasted, screaming at my husband and sleeping until noon while the kids missed the bus and didn't go to school. That was not like part of the plan. And I lost my job right around the same time. And like so many of us, I knew what I could be doing.
Yes.
I knew I should look for a job. We need money. I couldn't afford groceries. I knew I needed to call my parents and ask for help. I knew I needed to exercise. I knew I needed to not drink myself into the ground. I knew Chris wasn't trying to bankrupt us and he was spiraling in shame, but knowing isn't enough. Especially when your nervous system is on edge, especially when you're emotionally frazzled, especially when you feel stuck. You got to know how. How the hell do you make yourself take the actions when you feel paralyzed or overwhelmed or scared or unworthy or resigned or lost? How do you do that?
Yes.
And for me, it came down to the fact that I could barely get myself out of bed. I became a person I didn't recognize. You know, the alarm would go off, 3 kids, got to get them on the bus. I would literally lay in bed. The anxiety would just hit me like a tidal wave. And I would marinate in it like a pot roast. And then I would hit the snooze button, hit the snooze button, hit the snooze button.
You were so overwhelmed that it felt like no matter what you did, it wasn't going to even put a dent in that overwhelm.
I love what you just said, because here's the thing, and this is perfect for minimalists. We make an enormous mistake in life in believing that our problems are big, therefore the solution must be. It's actually the opposite. It's the opposite. It is the simplest thing that changes the entire trajectory of your life. You're actually one decision away from a completely different life. And for me, the 5-second rule is another example of a profoundly stupid sounding habit that has extraordinary science behind it. And again, just like the story of the high five habit, standing in my underwear with one boob hanging lower than the other, feeling sorry for myself, and I am pathetically high-fiving myself. It doesn't sound so pathetic anymore now that we know the science. It sounds genius. But I stumble into the 5-second rule because I'm watching TV one night. It's a Monday night in February 2008. Liens are on the house. We are a week away from a bankruptcy proceeding. Chris is sleeping in the playroom above the garage because he's a smart man and he knows not to be anywhere near me at this moment in our life. And I'm giving myself a pep talk. Like so many of us have. That's it. Tomorrow morning, Mel Robbins, it's the new you.
Yeah.
Girl, you got to stop drinking. You got to be nice to Chris. You got to get these kids on the bus. You got to tell your friends what's going on. You got to call your parents and ask them if they can help. You have got to look for a job. And by God, woman, when that alarm rings, you have got to get out of bed. And then all of a sudden, this is another divine moment. The universe is like, boom, hit her with this now. This rocket ship launches across the television screen. And I was so drunk on bourbon, I had the craziest idea. I thought, tomorrow morning, that's it. I'm going to launch my ass out of bed like a rocket ship. I'm going to move so fast, I won't be in that bed when the anxiety hits. That was the moment. Wow. The next morning, Tuesday, February, Boston, Massachusetts, 2008, the alarm goes off. Now, I'm going to introduce you to something that once you see it, you cannot unsee this thing.
Okay.
There is a 5-second window that defines your entire life, that defines how much money you make, how happy you are, what your relationships are like. It's a window of hesitation that exists.
Yeah.
It's the moment between courage and fear stopping you, inspiration and procrastination taking over, confidence and self-doubt silencing you. If you can teach yourself how to move within this 5-second window of hesitation, you change everything. Psychologists call this a difference between a bias towards thinking and a bias towards action. The 5-second rule closes the 5-second window and teaches you how to break the habit of thinking and create a habit of taking action.
Did you enjoy this video? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalist Private Podcast, available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists today. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.